Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. And also thanks to those of you tuned in on the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe or unsubscribe to the channels. All right. Be sure if you subscribe to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at at Dr._A_Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur channel on Instagram. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur. All right. And don't forget to follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page. Okay, so let's see who's in here. Hello, Desmond, Pearly, Silent D's in the house, V. Maltsby, Eileen, Aeon, Aboriginal Woman, Hundia. Shout out to the moderators putting in work. Khalid, Harleen, Mr. Hotel, Terry Hitton, I see you, Juju, Claudette, Lee. All right, Lillian, Tony Queen. All right, Danielle, Anisha, this chat is going quick. Deronda is in the house. Okay, Vina, Mark Ayers, all the way from the UK. All right, let's get it started. Reality is in the house. All right, Mark Petty. So with that all being said, shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. So let's get into it. All right, hey, Vince, I am from the UK. Gary is in the house. Queen Sam. All right, let's talk about it, beloveds. Let's talk about it. Let me pull up these receipts real quick. And you all do remember that it is Trivia Friday, right? So we're going to have the trivia after I conclude the reports for the broadcast. Okay? So first things first. Hey, Pauline. So first things first. Hey, Emperor Rex. Let's talk about Dr. Mutulu Shakur, who's been in prison for over 35 years. And has been granted parole after 9 denials. Okay, so let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone. Please be sure to like and share. You all know that they have the Queen Shadow Band. All right. So they've gone ahead and given him parole. You know, a few months ago, they said he had 6 months to live, and he actually has terminal cancer, stage 3 bone cancer. He has a type of cancer that affects the bones and the blood, and I believe the kidneys. So Dr. Mutulu Shakur, a Black Liberation Movement elder who's been incarcerated for more than 36 years, was told Thursday that he was going to be granted parole for an early release from prison amid his declining health. His freedom comes after months of organizers and activists demanding Shakur be given a compassionate release at the age of 72 as he battles terminal cancer. Now, Asha Bandali, a New York Times selling author and journalist who has worked on campaigns to free political prisoners since 1990, including Dr. Mutulu Shakur, from whom she has also worked briefly as a paralegal, and she celebrates the day that has been a long time coming. And let me just tell y'all something. This is good news. I mean, I understand that he's dying and we can't help that, but at least he won't die in prison. Okay? At least he won't die in prison. Another thing is, do not ever forget the numerous other political prisoners that are behind bars and who will likely never be free. Okay? Will never be free. He was charged with asada. Says you only live once. Yes, absolutely, Eileen. Eileen says, right, Queen. Thank you, beloved. So let's not forget about them because there's people still in there. Mutulu Shakur, all right, has been denied parole numerous of times. And I told you all before, numerous of times I've told you that I've written letters to parole boards for some of these political prisoners. Okay. The most recent was Mutulu Shakur in 2018. Or I'm sorry, 2019, I believe it was. Okay, so anyway, it goes on to say, they say there are few men who have done more to negotiate peace and to save lives from behind the walls of the most violent prisons in the United States than Dr. Mutulu Shakur. This is what Bandali told News One on Thursday evening. Since he was 16 years old, Dr. Shakur has dedicated his life to serving the least of these people who were poor, people who were Black, people who were addicted to drugs, people who were unnamed in life and would have been unnamed in death were it not for his tireless revolutionary efforts. My profound gratitude to his comrades like Sakau Odinga, activists like Monifa Bandali, and Mutulu's beautiful children, Sekiwa, Moprim, Nzinga, Chinua, and Aziz, here on earth, and his child Tupac Amaru Shakur, who is an ancestor. You all know he was Tupac's stepfather. Okay, now, Shakur, the stepfather of the late rapper and actor Tupac, was convicted of his alleged role in the expropriation of $1.6 million from Brinks, a Brinks armored truck. He was subsequently sentenced to 60 years in prison, but became eligible for parole in 2016 after he'd served 30 years in federal prison. Jomo Muhammad of the Malcolm X grassroots movement previously told News One that Shakur had been denied parole 9 times despite having an essentially infraction-free time in prison. He also explained that Shakur petitioned for a compassionate release earlier in the pandemic, given the various health issues and being diagnosed with an advanced stage of terminal bone marrow cancer. But he was denied essentially because a judge did not think his condition was severe enough to justify release. Isn't that something? Now, another likely reason for the repeated denials of release is that Shakur was very active in the Black liberation movement of the 1960s and 70s and involved in exposing COINTELPRO, the FBI's so-called counterintelligence program that surveilled, infiltrated, and disrupted organizations like the Black Panther Party. Shakur was given 6 months to live back in May. Now that 6 months have passed since, the U.S. Parole Commission apparently finally feels comfortable enough to free an elderly dying man. Isn't that something? Low down dirty devil. So let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to pay attention, because you see, when Dr. Mutulu Shakur was arrested, he was actively investigating COINTELPRO. Okay. And as they said, he was one of the people who exposed it, because COINTELPRO was an illegal operation that the government was engaged in to demonize and vilify and to set up and frame Black people who were fighting for liberation, justice, and freedom. And in doing so, they got our own people, recruited them as agents to work against us. So when some of y'all fools come on here talking greasy, and when some of y'all clowns getting mad when we're exposing people who are fakes and frauds and grifters in our community, you can sit down somewhere, because the government has always used our own people against us. Okay? Because they already know that if they send one of theirs, we're going to be looking at them suspicious with a whole side eye, especially when we're trying to have, like, these pro-Black organizations. They know we're not going to be checking for them. So who better for them to use against us is our own people. So stop acting so stupid and brain dead and brainwashed, some of you who get mad when I and others call these people out, because they're going to get called out regardless. I don't care who's mad. All right? Vince I Am said no lies detected. Thank you, beloved. Lee Harv said no grifters allowed. Exactly. And let me tell y'all something. Some people still think to this day that Grandmaster Jay was not a whole agent. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. And since some of y'all think that so foolishly, I'm about to show y'all some more information, okay? Some of y'all just are never going to get it. So those who are just woefully niggerant and foolish, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, because it does no good. It's a waste of time and effort. I'm talking to those people who have common sense and exercise critical thinking skills, okay, and those who have the ears to hear. So let's get into it. I'm going to remind you all of some of the things that Grandmaster Jay did. Some of y'all sitting there still stuck on stupid, talking about this man wasn't no whole agent. Somebody left me a comment the other day on the video that I did about him, talking about, oh, Miss Know-It-All. If he was an agent, why did he go to prison, or why did he go to jail? Why is he going to prison? Who says he's really going? See, some of y'all believe everything the government says. He may absolutely not be going to prison for all that we know, because, there has been agents who've been arrested and convicted, and we were told they went to prison. But when you go check the cases and all that, they're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. All right? And then some of them do go to prison. Some of them may turn on their handlers. Right? Thank you. You only live once, said I.E. William O'Neill. We're going to talk about him in a minute. We're going to talk about him in just a minute. So let's get into it. But y'all need to sit down somewhere, some of you. Let's talk about Grandmaster Jay. Let me bring up some old receipts that I have on him. Now, we've all seen this footage because I've showed it to you before, and so have other people. But let's talk. Now, for those who refuse to accept the truth, let's look at this. Because what I'm going to tell y'all is this. Well, I mean, some people are just so dense, it's sad. Here's the thing. Like all Marcus Sanders who are already released, allegedly. Right. Now, here's the thing. People who are real revolutionaries, you're not going to ever, I repeat, people who are real revolutionaries, you're not going to ever be able to go back and dig up a time where they were against their own people, when they were talking greasy about their own people. If you ever see somebody who's claiming to be pro-Black and militant and a revolutionary right now, and they used to talk down on Black people, honey, that's fake and fraud. Real revolutionaries are born, not made. And so if you're born with a revolutionary spirit to fight for your own people, you're never going to talk down on your people and try to dog them out and put other people above them. That's what you're not going to do. That's just facts. Okay? That is absolute facts. So miss me with it. But let me pull this up. Pay attention.
Mr. Jay Johnson wants to speak a few words about unity.
He introduced me and you clapped. But I want you to give yourself a hand, because look at the turnout, not only here, but I heard it's about 5,000 people on the other side of this bridge waiting to join you in unity and sending a message not only to the United States, but to the entire globe. That when you hear about Charleston, South Carolina, you have us mistaken. We are united as the human race. To this point, you have heard Black Lives Matter. Where is, come here a second, I'm going to do this here in Charleston. I'm going to do this right here. I am going to say this to you. Stand right here. Can you hold this for me? It's not Black lives that matter anymore. All lives matter. And wherever you are, wherever you're hiding, whether it be behind a keyboard or a cell phone or in some dark cave somewhere, spewing your hatred, trying to keep us divided, we are the United States of America, one country, indivisible, unto God.
See, some of y'all need to sit down somewhere, like I said. Now, here's the thing. You all heard how he was talking. Pay attention. He introduced me and y'all clapped. First of all, who talks like that? Who talks like that? He introduced me and y'all clapped. I'm going to say this. It's not Black lives that matter anymore. All lives. All lives matter. Sit down somewhere. Who even talks like that? That was clearly acting. That was acting. These people who are agents, they're also paid actors. This is what they do. This is what they do. Agent class 101. They teach them to be actors so that they can pull off the roles. Like, some people just don't get it. How can you be so ridiculously naive? He's sitting up there saying it's not Black Lives Matter that this is what I want y'all to pay attention to, because some of y'all just really got it bad. Like, it's so sickening. Some of y'all, the ones who be leaving me the little smart, foolish comments talking about, I think I know it all. I don't think I know it all. That's why I read and research every day, and I'm continually trying to learn and grow. More than I can say for some. Yes, it's fake as F, Jag the Diva. Here's the thing. Now, what you should notice about these agents is that they go from one extreme to the next. Now, back then, that was 2015. He's sitting there acting like he's all, for the all lives matter. And then fast forward in 2025 years later, only 5 years later, he's talking about he's so militant and he's trying to head a militia and all that stuff. And then when I said something about that in 2020, some people said to me, oh, he can change. People can change. Well, yeah, people can change. But here's the thing. It's very hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And at that time in 2015, he had to be every bit of 50 years old, because when he started with the NFAC, he was in fact 56 by his own admission. So that means 5 years prior, he was at least 50 or 51. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So you mean to tell me that the grown man who was in his 50s already didn't have sense enough to know that that was crazy to say not Black Lives Matter, all lives matter? Well, of course, all lives matter. But he said it's not Black lives that matter anymore. But Black lives were being taken. That's the whole point, right? And then fast forward 5 years later, now he's all pro-Black and against the system. Sit down somewhere. Hold on. Let's pull up another receipt. Another thing is these agents, they very often start talking about getting into politics. Grandmaster Jay, Let's pull it up. Here it is right here. Let me share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Yes, an agent provocateur. Absolutely, beloved. Absolutely, Wayne World. This is when he was campaigning for president in 2016. He went from Black Lives Matter, because that's the hood he had on it first. So he went from Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter. And then months later in 2016, he's running for president. Okay. All right.
Our nation. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it.
I mean that all of us who make up the patchwork of America, irregardless of race, color, creed, religious background, persuasion, or sex,
haven't I told you all before that all the world's a stage? Shouldn't we all know that by now? This is all an act. This was all an act, and not even a very good one, because I knew it was an act from day one. I told y'all that. Martin YT said, there you go, Queen. Okay. Justice Guru said, I cannot. I can't either, beloved. I clearly cannot. Okay. So then I want y'all to pay attention with the theatrics. You see, there's always a theatrical performance with these type of people too. They're very theatrical. Now he had JFK playing in the background, right? He had JFK playing in the background. What is JFK's name? What was JFK's name? John Fitzgerald Kennedy, right? What is Grandmaster Jay's name? Supposedly, John Fitzgerald Johnson. John Fitzgerald Johnson. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He called himself Grandmaster Jay, like Grandmaster Jail. Please make it all make sense. All right, I'm just saying. Some of y'all need to stop. Some of y'all clearly need to stop, but hold on. Let me pull up another one. Hold on. Let me pull up another one. Here we go.
Are less than 100 days until the presidential election for the year 2016. And there are those of you out there who have still been kept in the dark by the media and by other forces at large to make you totally unaware of all of the other candidates that are running for the presidency. I myself have been running for about a year now. Matter of fact, today makes 1 year since I declared my candidacy, yet you still fall for the two-party mind game of the Republicans versus the Democrats, which really equals a government structure that doesn't care about you anymore, though they would have you believe otherwise. Listen, folks, I'll be very honest and forthcoming here. Unless you are part of the big banking machine, the very machine that Bernie Sanders railed against, the very machine that has propped up Hillary Clinton, and the very machine that Donald Trump has profited off of the backs of folks worldwide. Unless you're part of that machine, they do a very good job at making sure that you're not aware of who else you have to choose from. Because of the fact that Donald Trump asked, what do you have to lose? Everything. especially if you're not aware that you have third-party options like John Fitzgerald Johnson and Lloyd Kelso on the ballot in 47 states. What do you have to lose? Everything.
Sit down somewhere. Some of y'all need to sit down somewhere. But hold on, it gets better. Trust and believe. Here we go right here. This is my favorite one.
And we're going to have, I think we're going to do great in Ohio. We'll do great, great, great in Ohio. And we have, who else do we have? We have North Carolina, right? And we have Illinois. Now we're gonna have a big, I think we're gonna have a fantastic week, and we're gonna see, is there somebody disturbing us up here? Where? Get the head of carrier. Where do these people come from? You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything. So we have to expand our laws, and we have to do what we have to do. We have to do what we have to do. You see what he's gotten written on his very dirty undershirt? Did you see? It says, love is the answer. And in a certain way, he's right. Love is a great thing. Love is the answer he's got written. I wonder who makes with love there. I forget it. All right. So.
Now he's sitting behind Trump. He's sitting behind Trump, and then he gets up to go do security. Please sit down. Y'all, wake up. Wake up. So anyway, hold on. Let me pull this up. And wasn't he sitting there with Becky or Karen? That's what it looked like.
Hey, it's Florida, and I'm so happy to now be a part of the HSN family. Beams by Flow is fun for the entire family, and the best thing is, anyone in the family can make great music with it.
Do you know me? Well, if you don't, you're about to.
Come on, come on.
I'm the legendary Grandmaster J.
If I say my name in any country, they go, yeah, I know that dude. Grandmaster J. They tacked on the legendary. I can't figure out yet what I did that was legendary, except, no, let me stop.
Today, I'm back because I need to introduce you to the future, because I've been so much a part of your past that I am the one to show you where we're going. 35 years I've been doing it, and now today, I'm proud to present to you the next evolution in the musical preview that we call
DJ, what we call music delivery. This is the Grandmaster Beams, giving me the ability to do without anything in my hands what I've always done for years and years. Allow me to introduce you to the Grandmaster Beams, because now I can scratch without my turntables, you know what I mean? This is Grandmaster's Beams. I'm Grandmaster J, and I want to show you how we get down.
I'm Grandmaster J. 35 years I've been in this game. I seen you come, I seen you go, I seen you think you was hot, but 5 years later we don't even know the words to your song. I'm hip hop.
With my Beams by Flow, you don't just listen to music, you make it.
Oh, here we go. This is really cool. We are launching the brand new HSN exclusive Beams. That man, Mr. Flow Rider. This enables anyone to make music.
My home computer, because of course you can use it.
Some people say I'm the creator of the mixtape. Why? 2 times world champion, but I battle on tape.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
I'm hip hop. So you need to study the 70s if you want to find out who this brother is. So when you hear people cutting up stuff like Jazzy Jeff cutting up Jazzy Jeff, he's not cutting up Jazzy Jeff, he's cutting up Jazzy Jeff from the Funky 4+1.
Before we get started, I gotta introduce my DJ to y'all. Yes. Some of y'all might have heard of him before, but in case you don't know, I need you to know, the man on the turntables right now is the baddest DJ on the planet, and he goes by the name of DJ Jazzy Jeff. Make some noise for DJ Jazzy Jeff in this bitch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, you're now rocking to the sounds of the magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff. Let's go, come on. I need you to do me a favor.
Allow me to reintroduce my
Grammy board in Chicago, good meeting with y'all, getting y'all endorsement. Y'all trying to make it, right? If the Grammys don't know you exist, how the fuck you think they're gonna vote for you to give you one? I'm done.
Summertime, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
In 4 months and got my Grammy in 6, and I'm retired, good night. And y'all won't hear from me again, and I'm not Jay-Z. Watch when I say this shit, y'all gonna be like, he told us he would say that.
First of all, I'd like to thank God, my family, and all the people who supported DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince for the past 6 years. Our record company, Jive, our management, Girola Management, and basically all of the people out there who believed in us. Thank you.
Let's say what now? How many different things does he do? And by the way, for those of you who missed it, he completely plagiarized DJ Jazzy Jeff's works. Okay, that's what he did. So let's get this straight. So he went from being a Black Lives Matter activist, to All Lives Matter, to running from president, and then being a DJ also to boot. All right. All right, if y'all say so. But hold on. Hold on. He did all of that, and then he came to this. And then he came to this. Let's get into it. Yeah, jack of all trades, all right. A con of all trades, more like it.
Hey, have you got a car for sale? We buy used cars every day. Come see us on Dixie Highway 7 days a week, or log on, toyotaoflouisville.com, a Swope dealership where nobody walks away.
The head of a self-proclaimed militia who marched with armed followers down the streets of Louisville. In the next couple of days, Grandmaster Jay will face 2 judges in both state and federal court. But his stint in Louisville alone didn't tell us much about the Grandmaster. So Wave 3 News troubleshooter Natalia Martinez took a look to find out in her latest investigation. She joins us now live from the courthouse.
Grandmaster is expected here at the courthouse for those state charges tomorrow, and then he'll face a federal judge on Monday. But who is Grandmaster? Here's what we found.
Do you know me? Well, if you don't, you're about to.
From DJ to YouTube blogger, and later, the leader of the self-proclaimed militia group, the NFAC. The many faces of the grandiose Grandmaster Jay.
We are going to burn this mother down.
Leading armed protests in cities across America, including Louisville.
So no, I don't expect to come anywhere to get arrested for anything because I don't break the law.
The FBI disagreed, arresting Grandmaster Jay, or John Fitzgerald Johnson, for this. Cameras catching him pointing an AR rifle at agents and police on a rooftop downtown. This exclusive video of the moments directly after. He'll now face a federal and state judge on felonies in the upcoming days.
Now you got to go into the toolbox and take out something a lot stronger.
The FBI, though, is still investigating for something we found buried in his military records, too. Discharged from the Army not once, but twice. Johnson had somehow managed to re-enlist despite the first other than honorable discharge. We got his records straight from the Army, along with his numerous military arrests. The first, in March 1995, accused of punching a woman in the face with a closed fist before pulling out a shotgun from his trunk and threatening to kill the security guards who'd kicked him out of a club. In May 1999, another arrest, charged with impersonating an officer. July 1999, he's accused of altering official military documents to get promoted. Johnson agrees to an other than honorable discharge to avoid trial by court-martial. But in August 2003, we found more military documents despite his first departure, with another arrest citation stating he threatened to kill his partner and her platoon sergeant with a semi-automatic Bushmaster. In 2005, Johnson again bargains with the Army for a second other than honorable discharge to avoid court.
Do you know me? Well, if you don't, you're about to.
7 years later, Grandmaster Jay is born, a term reserved as an honor in the DJing world, except there was one problem. He wasn't really known in the industry. We found numerous posts, DJs calling him a fraud, especially when the Grammy Award-winning DJ Jazzy Jeff accused Grandmaster Jay of trying to pass his music as his own in an ad, posting on Instagram, quote, "I don't care if you're the worst DJ in the world. I'll give you credit. Just don't fake it," Jazzy Jeff wrote.
I don't know who the you are, but you about to get shot.
Fast forward another 7 years. Johnson reinvents himself yet again, this time as a militia leader, keeping the military gear and the Grandmaster name, remnants of the 2 other chapters in his life. In 2016, Grandmaster Jay, or Johnson, also ran for U.S. president. The FBI is still investigating how he was able to re-enlist in the military. I did call Johnson for this story. He never called me back. Natalia Martinez, Wave 3 News.
Now let me tell y'all something. They said the FBI was still investigating how he was able to re-enter into the military. Y'all think that was an accident, that he was able to re-enlist into the military after being discharged? Yes, he's an infiltrator, and he does look like a fool, yes. Here's the thing. The fact that he tried to pass off DJ Jazzy Jeff's music as his own, that's one lie. The second lie is that he sat up there and said that he was a legend and in hip-hop. He's not even in hip-hop, never was. Then the third thing was he said that he won a Grammy. He said he won 8 Grammys or something like that. Did he say his 8th Grammy? Nevertheless, he said he won a Grammy. He's not won any Grammy. A Grammy for what? He also said he invented the mixtape. Now, I'm sorry, but anybody believing this man was true and righteous and all that is a fool. See, here's the thing. This is how you know some of our people are just so dense and ridiculous. Because they make up constant ridiculous excuses for these people. Like with the whole Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter thing, they said, oh, that was years ago. It was 5 years ago. 5 years is not that long. 5 years is not that long for one. But then when you see all the lies that he's told, that we just showed some of, how do you trust a person who lies like that and who switches back and forth, from different careers, different things that have nothing to do with each other? That's an actor. That's someone who is obviously a paid agent. How did he get back into the military after he was discharged the first time? The FBI said they're investigating. Were they really investigating, or did they know that he was in there because they put him there? I have questions because I don't see how that could ever possibly happen. Okay. Michael M. said, Queen, do you know Taharka exposed Grandmaster Jay also? Yes. Yes, absolutely I do. And Taharka may not remember this, but back when he was exposing Grandmaster Jay, I actually emailed him. But anyway, listen, this is all so crazy that some of y'all still believe this man was not a whole agent. But hold on, because it gets better. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Some of y'all just so desperately want to believe in something. I want to believe in something too, but only when it's real, not fake.
Everybody out here attempt to grow a brain. I'm going to start with handguns. No matter what type of handgun you have, you down in the proper uniform, you come down with the proper weaponry, you come down with the proper attitude, and let us do what we have to do. This is what the people don't think that we're capable of, okay? You have to be a courageous individual to put yourself in the crosshairs of a place where everyone else has died. That means that you are not thinking about whether or not you're going to survive. You are thinking about the purpose that you have to go. Body alkalinic, good for you. Now, the timid man, they trying to tell you that he's going to fall apart. His littleness of heart has no place for courage and audacity.
Another thing is, did you all pay attention to the threats that he made when he was in Louisville that I just showed you? Did you all pay attention to that? When he said, we gonna burn this MF down. He said, we're gonna burn this MF down. Now that's a whole threat. He was saying if they didn't get justice for Breonna Taylor, they were gonna come back and we're gonna burn this MF down. How come the police didn't arrest him then? Huh? How come the police didn't arrest him then? That's a whole terroristic threat. But they arrested him for pointing a gun. That's what they did. Months later, mind you, not right when he did it, but months later. That's all fake and fraudulent as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. Why didn't they arrest him for saying he was going to kidnap a mayor and his kids and put him in the car? Why didn't he get arrested when he was online talking about he was going to go door to door, killing folk if they infiltrated or anything? Making all sorts of nefarious threats. He just said to the crowd, I don't know who you are, but you about to get shot. Didn't he tell somebody that? Y'all heard him. But he didn't get arrested? How do y'all not know this is fake? How do y'all not know that? I told y'all when I first called him an agent, I didn't have not one receipt. The only thing I had was my gut instinct and my intuitiveness, and my spirit told me. And when I told y'all that, many people was coming at me and I didn't have any receipts to back myself up because all I had was my intuition. The receipts came later. But even then, it was obvious to me because he was doing too much. And then he sat up there, like I said, and he started talking about killing folk. and you're not getting in trouble for that? I don't care about the trolls. Let them be, honey. They don't have anything better to do if they're trolling because they're mad at what I'm saying about Grandmaster Jay. They're just stupid anyway. So, honey, don't nobody care. But hold on. Let me pull up another receipt. Pay attention. Yes, he wanted people to send their personal information to him, and many people did. Many people did. They should have known something was sketchy then.
Let me demonstrate something for y'all. Y'all hold on a second. We're here on the Morning Mental. I'm going to show you just how stupid some people are.
For a little background, in case you don't know who this gentleman is, this is Grandmaster Jay. He is the NFAC leader, or NFAC, which is an all-black militia that goes around intimidating people and accidentally shooting themselves. So he's going to give us a little knowledge.
Give me a weapon. This weapon right here? Yes. This is a bullpup. Give me the bullpup.
Did he just say give him the bullpup? Impressive.
This is an XR-15 shorty.
XR-15. Yeah, I got nothing.
We call it a bullpup because this bitch got kicked to it. This bitch will knock you the fuck down.
Okay, so I know it's obvious, but that's not a bullpup, okay? With a bullpup, the magazine and the action sit behind the trigger. Just keep going.
The interesting thing about this weapon is if I pull back the bolt, see that? See the bolt? There's no bullet in there. Pay very close attention. If I'm not paying attention and I take this weapon and I bang it, look what just happened. The bolt goes forward. The weapon has fired.
Congratulations, you just chambered around because the AR fires from the closed bolt position, you fucking idiot!
Unless you understand weapons for real, don't you listen to these motherfuckers who have no intention of ever picking up one and who don't understand that weapons go off by themselves all the time.
We're waiting! Do something! Alright, so bottom line, before anyone twists my words, I believe that every American, regardless of religion, race, sex, gender, or sexual preference, should have the right to keep and bear arms and form their own militia. Having said that, stop making idiots your fucking leaders! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, he's absolutely right. Stop making idiots your effing leaders. What the F is wrong with you? Okay? Because he was a whole idiot. All right? Sorry, it's true. Now, when he did that video, Grandmaster Jay, that is, he was trying to explain how a gun went off. How a gun went off at the rally in Kentucky. Because remember, a gun went off. And at least 3 people were injured. So he was trying to explain. And he said that guns go off by themselves all the time. Honey, guns don't go off by themselves. They may accidentally go off because somebody does something stupid. Like accidentally pull the trigger. Not know that there's a round in the chamber. But guns don't go off by themselves. Okay? Guns don't go off by themselves. That's so ridiculous, but that's what he said. And some of y'all believed it, just like y'all believe all the rest of the BS. So all I'm saying. And you know what? You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to invite someone on the show. I wish I had thought of this sooner. Invite someone on the show, a friend of mine, who actually did security for Grandmaster Jay. Okay? If anybody knows whether or not Grandmaster Jay was an agent, he would know. So sit down somewhere, okay? Please miss me with it. Some of y'all just don't want to face the truth and accept the facts. You just don't. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about some of these agents. And here's the thing I want y'all to pay attention to. Now, Grandmaster Jay had a myriad of different types of jobs. Okay? Grandmaster Jay, somebody said, can you be an agent and not know how a gun works? Yes, you could be an agent and be a whole fool, as some of them are. So with that all being said, Mr. Hotel said sit all the way down, okay? Oh, yes, Queen, this would be too great alive to miss, says Idris. Al Rich, AI Rich said, invite Firestarter. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about, Firestar. Yes. Okay? So anyway, with that all being said, listen. They've always had our own people to infiltrate us. This is what they've always done, as I told you. So let's talk about some of the ones who have actually done it, such as Eugene Roberts. Let's talk about Eugene Roberts. Let me pull up the footage. Because y'all need to pay attention, because some of y'all don't seem to know how this works. Like, some of y'all don't know how this works. That's all I'm trying to say. Because some said most agents are whole fools. Yes. They have to be fools to work against their own people for the U.S. government, who doesn't give a damn about any of us, including them. You have to be a whole fool. They couldn't pay me enough money.
And one man in particular.
So far as the rank and file of the colored population is concerned, maybe some of them do not like the FBI.
In J. Edgar Hoover's day, the FBI got a little crazy on the subject of black people. They had Elijah Muhammad under surveillance for at least 20, 25 years. They had Malcolm under surveillance for most of his public life. When I say surveillance, I'm talking about wiretaps, I'm talking about room bugs, I'm talking about infiltrators.
You were an undercover agent for the police. He didn't know then.
No, he didn't.
And you got in close, very close. He trusted you.
I would say yes, sir.
Gene Roberts got so close that he became Malcolm X's bodyguard, even though he was really an undercover cop in the New York City Police Department. Your job was to gather intelligence, to gather information.
Yes.
And the Bureau's mission was to keep tabs on potentially violent people?
Yes.
Why was Malcolm X considered a potentially violent, if not in fact violent person?
Well, I guess at that point in time, society wasn't ready for Malcolm X. He was saying a lot of things that society didn't want to hear at that point in time. The week before he was killed, there was a meeting at the Audubon. And I saw what I thought, and I still think, was a dress rehearsal for Malcolm's impending assassination. I called the department the following morning, and I told them that I felt that this was a, as I put it, a dry run. And they told me that, okay, we'll pass it on and we'd take care of it. What they did with it, I really don't know.
I did not have a gun, but I tell you, I wished I had a gun. Because when I walked into the Ottoman barroom and seen nobody on the door, seen no one there, I became very upset. And I went directly, as I walked to the back of the room, I asked, I said, what is this? And they said, this is his request. He told us not to put nobody on the door. I said, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I said, somebody in here is playing games.
And a commotion started. Two individuals near the front got up, and one of them hollered, get your hands up my pocket.
Malcolm said, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. And all of a sudden, that's when the bullets start ringing.
I saw three individuals from the front get up and just start firing at him. They came running down the middle aisle toward the exit. I turned and went back, and two of them passed me. And I met the third individual, and just as he turned to fire at me, I turned sideways and hit him with a chair, and I knocked him down. I saw him scramble up, run out the door. I chased him out the door, at which time, when I got out, there was a crowd of people outside. They had him, and they were beating him. I turned around and went back in, and as I got to the stage, he was still laying there, and everybody was standing around. So at that time, I started giving him mouth to mouth, and he died right there on stage.
Now, he said he was giving Malcolm mouth to mouth, but people later said that he suffocated Malcolm, and that's probably what that devil did. Let me tell you something. And he sat there and did all of that infiltrating for the FBI to his own black people. And look at him in the end. They wouldn't even get him some new dentures. Y'all saw his teeth. Now, he did all that, shucking and jiving, buck dancing, tiptoeing around tulips, a whole traitor on his own people, on Malcolm X. And in the end, look at his teeth. They wouldn't even pay for his dental work. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm so serious. I am so serious. But hold on. Let me show you all this. Now, this is William O'Neill. That was Gene Roberts. This is William O'Neill, another one who helped the FBI with the illegal COINTELPRO program.
Camera roll 3088, sound roll 341.
Phil, can you describe to me the circumstances under which you began working for the FBI?
It was in probably 1967. I was with a guy one night, a friend of mine, and we were drinking beer, and we decided to go joyride. And we jumped in a car and stole it. And we were driving around the city of Chicago for 45 minutes and decided to leave the state to go visit a relative in another state. And we had an accident out of state. And prior to the accident, we had walked in a pool hall and was shooting pool. And at the door, you had to register your phone number and address. And we wrote down our names and phone numbers, then went and shot a game of pool, and then came out and had an accident. We fled the accident on foot, messed around in the city a while, and then caught a bus back to Chicago. And about 3-4 months later, I got a call from this FBI agent by the name of Roy Mitchell. And he told me that he knew what I had done. And we went around a couple of times, and he said something like, well, you know, there's no need in you trying to bullshit me. I know you did it, but it's no big thing. He said, I'm sure we can work it out. And I think a few months passed before I heard from him again. And one day I got a call, and he told me that it was payback time. He said that I want you to go and see if you can join the Black Panther Party, and if you can, give me a call.
Can I just interrupt and have you start that part about joining the Panther Party? But tell me again how old you were, and that it was not he, but that it was an FBI agent?
I think I was about 18, 19 years old. And the FBI agent's name was Roy Mitchell. And he called me up on the phone and recanted the crime, pretty much. I tried to deny it, but he had the evidence, and he said basically it was no problem, that we could work it out, that I wasn't in any serious problems that he couldn't deal with. And a few months, three months maybe passed before he asked me to join the Black Panther Party.
Now, what did Mitchell ask you to do?
Well, he didn't give me any specific instructions at that point. He just said,
Can you say instead of he?
Roy said basically, just go and see if you can join the Black Panther Party. I understand they're recruiting Panther members. So why don't you go down to the office and see if you can join. If you get in, give me a call back. So the next day, I got on the bus and went down to the office of the Black Panther Party. It was located on Western and Madison. And walked in the office, about 3 or 4 Panthers in the office. And I think I was about the 5th member in the Chicago chapter to join. They had this big office building on this, and up on the 2nd floor they had about 5 or 6 offices, and very little personnel to run things. So positions, it was easy to get a position. So they appointed me as a security captain. That was the first time I met Fred Hampton, and he was the chairman, the spokesman for the party, and Bobby Rush was the Minister of Defense. He was Huey P. Newton's deputy, which was a top man in the state of Illinois at that time.
What did you think about the Panthers at that time? What framework did you understand them in? What did you thought about the civil rights movement? How did they fit into your understanding of politics
I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood, and I had very little idea of I was apolitical. The Panthers I had heard of only from a recent article, I think, that had occurred in the paper. Huey P. Newton had just been in a shootout with the Oakland Police Department, and one of them had died, and there was a lot of press about that. But prior to the articles I had read about Huey P. Newton, I knew nothing of the Black Panther Party. In fact, the day I joined, I was pretty sure it was just another gang, not unlike the Black Stone Rangers or the Cobras or something. I had no idea of anything about their politics.
What did you begin to learn as you did join, and what kind of information were you able to give back to Mitchell?
Well, almost immediately after I joined the Panthers, probably within 10 days, I began to realize that the Black Panther Party was a little bit more sophisticated than a gang. The orientation process, the attention they gave to the political climate around the country had me going there for a while. And at one point, well,
And also, if you can look at me.
yeah, okay. They had, I think the first set of reference books I saw inside the Black Panther Party was the selected works of Mao Zedong, which I had begun to associate with communism. And it wasn't too long thereafter that I started seeing books like the Manifesto, the Communist Manifesto of Karl Marx, and then the collected works of Lenin. And every night after the office would close, the Panthers would sit down and they would study these books. We'd go through political orientation. We would read certain paragraphs, and then Fred Hampton and Rush would explain to us, the new membership, basically what it meant and what was happening, and they drew parallels to what was going on in the past revolutions in the various countries, like, for instance, China or Russia, and it was drawing parallels to what was going on in the current political scene within the United States. So they were drawing associations between the revolutions in the communist countries, as I understood it, as to what was happening in the United States. And And so I understood them to be a little bit more sophisticated than a gang. I expected that it would be weapons and we would be out. Agent Mitchell determined early on in the game that spending money was the quickest way to blow your cover. Also, I was living in the Panther environment. I was living in a Panther house, which they called a crib. I was eating with them and sleeping with them, and I was with them 24 hours a day, so I had very little need for money. So I was always assured that my money was being held in trust and that I could draw from it, draw down on it anytime I got ready or anytime I had a legitimate need that wouldn't compromise my security. I suppose at any point if I needed $1,000 or $2,000 from the FBI, I couldn't have gotten it.
How often did you meet with Mitchell?
Depending on my travel schedule, and later on within the Black Panther Party, I was traveling around a lot as a bodyguard to Hampton and so forth, and everywhere he went, I went. So the meetings became infrequent as the activities picked up. Normally once a week in the fall of 1969. Yeah, I had my misgivings. Resigned to not being a Panther anymore.
Let me ask you about the Chicago police and the FBI. Do you distinguish between the two?
I do. I definitely do. I definitely draw a distinction between the FBI and the Chicago police. I have known quite a few FBI agents, and I've worked with them for the last 5 or 6 years, and they've never asked me to compromise my morals or my principles. Contrary to public belief, I haven't been instructed to commit crimes or provoke crimes or conduct burglaries or inject drugs in people or to commit murder. I haven't been. If anything, my association with the FBI made me a better person.
How did they treat you when you were relaxing with Mitchell? Were there ever any other agents there? Did you treat as a peer?
Not only was I treated, I had been to Mitchell's home. I have held his child in my hands, in my arms when he was 1 year old. I have been
Let me tell y'all something. So y'all heard all of that, right? Right. Desmond said, but you deleted yourself. Pay attention. Now, he sat up there and said that working with the FBI made him a better person. How is that possible when you aided them in murdering Fred Hampton, fool? You see how delusional these people are? You see how delusional he is? And he's talking about he had been to Mitchell's home and held his child in hands and all that. A straight traitor, absolutely. Sat up there and allowed them to infiltrate, or he infiltrated, so that they could go in and murder Fred Hampton. Now, you all remember on the night that Fred Hampton was murdered, they put something in his drink, some type of sedative, so that he would sleep, be in a deep sleep. And then they came there and executed that man while he was in the bed with his pregnant fiance. This is all so crazy. This fool sitting there talking about working for the FBI made him a better person. Anyway, here's another one. Hold on. Now, this was an FBI informant by the name of Darthard Perry. He infiltrated the Black Panther Party. And I want you all to know that when these people were working with the Black Panther Party and working with Malcolm X and other organizations that they infiltrated, these people were viewed as loyal, upstanding, militant, and everything that they were looking for. All right, just like Grandmaster Jay and other people who are agents.
You know, and when we're about to break a case, you'll be the first to know, that kind of thing. I try to sway newspaper or media news. Oh, hey, let me run this down to you. LA Times, man. I went over there and picked up press passes from certain people over there. Let me see, some people that work for NBC. TV? Yes, in Los Angeles. Used to get press passes to the Bureau and stuff. Fact is, we used to get some camera equipment from there. So a lot of this news film was probably turned over to the FBI. Oh, sure. Well, was definitely turned over. Oh, hey, they had a lot of reporters and well, you know, it was that old game of one hand washes the other. Usually an agent would prefer to meet the reporter on a one-on-one basis, you understand what I mean? Build a rapport with him, you know, go out to the press club, buy him a few drinks, you know, take him out to Hollywood Park, you know, for the races, you know, that kind of thing. Say, hey, Jim, you know, your paper's covering such and such, or your TV station's covering such and such. And, yeah, I just like a little bit more information than I've been getting. I need it, you know. It would kind of help me, you know what I mean? A personal favor. And if you do something for me, maybe I can do something for you, you know, in the future. Like, you know, when we're about to break a case, you'll be the first to know, that kind of thing. What kind of work did you end up doing as an undercover agent? Were you doing espionage work or informant work? Informant work, and also what you would call illegal entries, selling of weapons, selling of explosives, arson. You would sell weapons and explosives to these radical, so-called radical groups that you were joining? Yes. All right. Where did you operate? I was given a cover name, Ed Riggs. With that, I was also given a birth certificate stating that both my parents were, a birth certificate and a record for a Robert Riggs and a Mary Riggs who were deceased. And you lost all of your true identity? Yes. And you operated in California? California. What cities in California? Los Angeles, Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley, Sacramento, Chino, San Bernardino, Santa Cruz. Any other states since California? Yeah. Chicago, Chicago, New York. Made 2 trips to Washington, D.C. Also, I better put in Seattle, Washington. That's very important, too. How does the FBI coordinate this information? You were one of a number of agents who were doing this. How did they correlate and coordinate this flow of information? How many agents, let's start with that, how many agents were working in a given city, like LA, in the late 60s? Jesus, we're talking about a lot of people. Like I said before, in the state, I would say 700 to 1,000. In Los Angeles, which was a large concentrated area of blacks, we're talking about anywhere from 300 to 400 people. San Francisco, probably the same thing. That's
Okay, I've heard enough of this fool. Listen, he was sitting up there smiling and gloating. You're a whole agent and traitor to your own folks. And these people do not look sorry for it, okay? They do not look the least bit sorry. William O'Neill ran out into the street and was hit by a car and killed. He deleted himself. All right? But hold on. Let me answer Bungani's question. Bungani, you're starting to get on my nerves. You're really starting to get on my nerves. You're coming off like a troll. Okay? You're starting to come off like a troll. And you're about to get on my last nerve. So I'm going to answer your question, which is so stupid. I want y'all to listen to what Bungani asked me in the chat. Bungani just said the dumbest question for the day or even the week. He asked me, so as an agent, how did Grandmaster Jay hurt the community? Fool. How does an agent help the community? An agent is here to gather intel and information on other black folks so they can report that information to the FBI. Fool. And at the end of the day, that's one of the reasons that Othon Wallace, aka Ozone, is in jail. He was targeted by the police, likely because he was affiliated with NFAC, and they probably got his information to follow him and harass him from Grandmaster Jay. Just like some other people from NFAC are still being targeted by the FBI. Where do you think the feds got the information from? No question is dumb. That's a lie, Bungani. I don't know who told you that, but there are some questions that are absolutely dumb, okay? They absolutely are dumb questions. I know they taught you when you were growing up that there's no such thing as a dumb question. Yes, there absolutely is, okay? There absolutely is. He says, I told you, Queen, you don't handle being questioned well. I handle being questioned well. I just don't like dumb questions that I already answered the day before, because we already had this talk last night. Do I need to drop the link for you again, Bungani? Do I need to drop the link for you again, beloved? Because we had this conversation last night. Now you want to come in here asking another dumb question. Basically the same question in different words. Bungani, let me tell you something. Don't sit here and try to paint a false narrative that I don't like being questioned, because if I didn't like being questioned, I wouldn't drop the links, okay? You're mad because I'm going in on you. I didn't go in on you last night or any other time you came on here. So obviously I don't have a problem with being questioned. I get sick of people being stuck on stupid and asking dumb questions that don't even make sense to a fool. Okay? I don't take kindly to that. It gets on my nerves. All right? And if you think that I don't like being questioned, then why do you even bother to ask questions? Make yourself make sense, Bungani. All right? Now, I'm trying to be nice. At least I was. But like I said, you're starting to get on my nerves. You're starting to get on my nerves. Grandmaster Shea Butter says King SB. Okay. Like, Bungani, sit down somewhere before I block you. For foolishness, for asking dumb ass questions. All right, so anyway, with that all being said, I'm done. I always ask questions. Okay, well, just don't ask me any more dumb ones, okay? How about that? And we'll be just fine. Okay, so with that all being said, listen, let's get into the trivia. Y'all ready for the trivia? Hold on. Somebody said, bye, Ghani. I just blocked him. He said, then block me. Don't get smart with me, honey. You don't come on here and get smart with the queen, honey. You got me effed up. If I say something, you just go along with it, all right? That's what you can do, but Ghani, sit down somewhere, please. Anyway. But Ghani said, then block me. And so I did. Honey, don't tempt me. Don't threaten me with a good time. You was getting on my last nerve anyway. Police. All right? I cannot with the foolishness. Some people are woefully stupid and nigger, and I don't have time for it. All right? I didn't have time for it. Now, I'm here to help those who, first of all, this channel is for those who have common sense and exercise critical thinking skills. Now, I've been as patient as one could be with Bungani. Okay? But at this point, he's starting to seem like a troll. Sort of Lord Windish, like Lord Wind used to do. Okay? Sit down somewhere. This fool literally said, as an agent, how did Grandmaster Jay hurt the community? Child, please. How does an agent ever help the community? He would have done a whole lot more damage had he not been called out and his cover was blown. I wouldn't, like my auntie used to say, my great aunt used to say, I wouldn't be a fool if my nickname was Fool. Okay? Anyway, let me continue. Bye, Bungani. Good luck with life, honey, because you're going to need it. Okay, here's the questions. Y'all get ready for the trivia. Oh, hold on. Before we start trivia, let me have a word from my sponsors over at beautifulheartsapparel.com, where they wear their hearts on their sleeves. Pay attention. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Y'all know they have me shadow banned. Stop playing.
Beautiful Hearts Apparel, we have something for everyone. A look that's comfortable and stylish for work, play, or simply on the go. Beautiful Hearts Apparel, wear your heart on.
I want y'all to pay attention to something. When people come on here and they say stupid stuff, or they say something to get on my last nerve or whatever, and then I threaten to block them, and then they say, well, block me then. Or go ahead and block me. Why don't they just block themselves? Did y'all ever think about that? Why don't they? Now, if I was in someone's chat and they threatened to block me, I would just exit stage left. Miss Hotel says, sit down, shark teeth, Bungani please. Miss Hotel, you went there. You know you're wrong. But at the end of, not shark teeth. Woo, honey. Jesus, keep me near the cross. I absolutely cannot. I absolutely cannot. Woo. Honey. I mean, really, if I'm in somebody's chat and they say, Queen Ahmadiyyah, I'm about to block you, honey, you ain't got to tell me twice, because I'm going to leave and block myself. That's what I'm going to do. Why would I sit there and wait? I'm going to be like, say what now? I'm out. Please. I don't know how you make it all make sense. But anywho. With that all being said, Vita said hashtag buy wig. Carlos said, Queen, you have a nefarious laugh. Metasimplica said, a glutton for punishment. Clearly, you took the words out of my mouth. Terry Hinn said, acting like an Ashidian. Woo, you all are something else. Oh, and by the way, I meant to say something about Sweet Pea's. I meant to say something about Sweet Pea's comment when I was showing that agent, William O'Neill. Sweet Pea said, that ninja sitting up there looking like Rollo. Y'all remember Rollo and Sanford and Son? Sweet Pea, you a whole mess for that one. You a whole mess for that one, honey. Okay, so now let's get into the trivia of it all. So everyone pay attention. The answers do not go in the chats. The answers go to my email, the root of all evil 227@gmail.com. So moderators, please put the email in the chats for everyone. And I'm going to start my timer. I absolutely cannot with Mangani. All right. I know some of y'all probably think the queen is mean, but I'm actually quite nice. I mean, I let a lot of stuff slide. Y'all notice that, right? I let people come here saying little slick stuff and let them get away with it, right? I'm just saying. King Sun Ra Shaka Shakur. All right. Love that name. So listen. Sweet Pea said, thank you, Queen. I try. Okay? And so y'all know I let people slide like Van Varner. Van gonna hop on my live last night. I thought he was about to talk about something. Sitting here talking about, can I have your number? Now, Van Varner is the same person that has sat in my chat and said little slick stuff when I was talking about wig last I checked. Correct me if I'm wrong, Van Varner. All right? And then I let Lord Wynn stay in here all that time, and he was clearly trolling, but I let him slide. I be trying to be nice to people, honey. They try to take advantage of it, honey. They try to take my kindness for weakness. Okay? They need to sit down somewhere. Then I had somebody coming on here last night calling me a bitch. Or what's that this morning? When that person called me a bitch and said I was a miserable hoe and all that. And then flipped me a bird. Honey, this is so hilarious to the queen, honey. Why do y'all let them do me like this? Y'all supposed to defend me. What I look like. What I look like trying to defend myself. Y'all remember when Wig said that? When I was exposing her left and right? Y'all remember that Wig said, what I look like? What I look like? Y'all supposed to defend me. Y'all ain't gonna speak up for me. Wig, sit down somewhere. You a whole clown with your banging of the gavel and slanging your curly braids around the world, as she said, around the globe. How you gonna slang cheap synthetic weave around the globe is all I'm wondering. Why you're grifting, no less. So anyway. Let me get ready to start. Let me get ready to start. Let me tell y'all something. Better not nary a person. Better not nary a person. Wig, you look like a skinny hobbit, says this thing. I am so through. Y'all are nefarious. Y'all are nefarious. Saturday said, Queen, that was both on this rising. And don't forget about that dude's face I told you about. Yes, honey. So let me just tell y'all this. Thank you, Saturday, for the contribution, beloved. Let me tell y'all something. That fool that was on here this morning, flipping me the bird and going in and all that, and then accidentally showed his face. Pay attention. Silent D screenshot the fool's face. So, fool, we know what you look like while you was trying to hide and all that and flipping birds like you in the first grade. Sit down somewhere. Wig look like a ventriloquist doll when she smiles, says Idris. Y'all are low down, honey. Don't ever let me make y'all mad. Miss Evie said, not a hobbit. I was thinking one of the dwarves from the Lord of the Rings. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are so wrong. Jack the Diva posting gavels. Y'all are so terrible and clearly nefarious. Let me tell y'all something. Let me quit messing with Wig, honey, because somebody did a video that I found accidentally. I saw a video somebody posted 4 months ago calling me and Michi some bullies. Said we was bullying Wig, child. Said we was bullying little old Wig. While she sit up there with her laptop and her cell phone, minding her own little old business and slang her curly braids. They said we was bullying Wig and said Wig ain't never said our names. Well, here's the thing about that. These fools get on my last nerve when they say, well, they ain't never said your name. Bussy Rick ain't never said your name. So what? Just because you don't say my name don't mean you're not talking about me, clowns. People speak subliminally and indirectly. They're still talking about you. Okay? You don't have to say my name to be saying something about the queen. All right? It's called being indirect or subliminals, throwing shots and jabs, subliminals. Okay? And all that. Throwing shade. Stop acting like y'all don't know what it is. For those of you who be trying to go in on me talking about I be bullying somebody. Ain't nobody bullying nobody. I'm just telling the truth and cracking a few jokes in the process. Y'all don't say nothing when Bussy Reek cracks jokes and makes Muppet shows and all that. So don't say nothing to the queen, honey. Y'all can miss me with it, haters. All right? I said what I said. October Open said, you better know. Right. Child, they be trying to go hard on the queen, honey. But Bussy Reek can sit there in the meantime, make Dolomite commercials and little videos and all that. Y'all remember that Dolomite commercial I made about him? Y'all remember that? I'm just saying, honey. What's good for the goose is always good for the gander. Don't get it twisted. Now, let's get ready for this trivia. Miss Hotel said press like juice, okay? Y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. Now, listen to this. Listen to Black World TV said the queen has spoken. She said what she said. Okay. Michael M said passive aggressive cowardly behavior. You're right, beloved. That's exactly what it is. When you got to sit back and throw subliminals. See, here's the thing. Let me just say this before I get started with the trivia. See, here's the thing. Tony Queen said, yes, so funny, queen. Okay. Sierra said, y'all remember Wig's funeral? Right. Y'all remember when I did that? Y'all remember when I did that? Because I said this last receipt's going to put the final nail in Wig's coffin. That'll be showing soon on the backup channel because y'all know we're in the midst of the Weird Chronicles, okay? But here's the thing. Just because I'm bold enough to say people's names when I'm referring to them, and some people are not as bold, don't hate me and don't call me a bully. I'm just an assertive person who says what I mean and means what I say, and I don't fear anyone and anything, and that's just what it is. So sit down somewhere. It's not my fault other people that y'all worship and engage in idolatry with are cowards. Don't get mad at me because I'm bold. Sit down somewhere, honey. That's what revolutionaries do. Now let's get into it. Vince I ever said Wig's funeral was so heartfelt. It was, wasn't it? Oh, I can't wait till we get to that one. Okay, so now here's the questions. Everyone get ready. Get your little fingers and thumbs on the screens of your phones. Go ahead and type in the email. It is therootofallevil227@gmail.com. Okay, Mr. Hotel, sit down somewhere because you already have the books. All right, don't you send nothing to my email, Mr. Hotel. I'm going to block you. I'm going to block Mr. Hotel, y'all. If he sends one answer to my email, I'm going to block him for good. Queen, I used to work with some women who spoke Spanish, and I could always tell when they were talking about me because they kept looking at me and laughing. Just because I don't speak it doesn't mean I'm crazy, right? Exactly. Okay, hold on. Miss Hotel talking about I'm weak. You gonna be weak when I block you, pay attention. Now, here's the first question. Not a bill collector's voice. Okay, listen. Here's the first question. This is a good one. I'm gonna see how fast y'all get this here. Let me get ready to get my stopwatch started. So the first question is, what is it called? Pay attention because I'm gonna say the question one time. What is it called when a person is victimized by someone or some people, and then they start to have feelings for this person and in fact will protect and defend them? What is that called? It's a condition that people develop when they are abused by someone, victimized by someone, and they start to have feelings for their abuser and even will defend them at all costs. What is that called? Clock's ticking. You got 40 seconds. Let's get into it. I know y'all weren't expecting that because y'all thought it was going to be about the show, but no, I switched it up. Let me see what y'all got here. All right, we have a winner. Let me see who had it first, though. Okay, we have a winner. Let me go ahead and send them their book. Hold on. Let me back it up. So the winner is Idris Zakir. Idris said Stockholm Syndrome. Idris's answer came in at 8:14. 8:14. Let's pull it up so y'all can see. Y'all see that? Idris's answer right there, Stockholm Syndrome. Pay attention. Okay? So now let me go ahead and send out the ebook real quick. Congratulations, Idris, beloved. The rest of y'all get ready for round 2. Also, double check and make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, beloveds. Y'all know how they do. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channels, and please make sure that you subscribe to both of the channels. Okay? All right. Hold on. Okay, so with that all being said, let's move on to the next question. No answers in the chat, beloveds. No answers in the chats. All right. When you put answers in the chat, all you're doing is helping somebody else win who's going to send it to the email. Okay, here's the next question. Let me start the clock over. 40 seconds after I repeat the question, or after I say the question. The question is, what is the name? Hold on. A drink made out of Jack Daniels and Tennessee whiskey. 40 seconds. Clock starts now. A drink made out of Jack Daniels and Tennessee whiskey. And it sounds like something that you drink on a hot day. Queen, can you buy me a passport? Because I'm curious about Panama. Prince, sit down somewhere. Why would I buy you a passport, honey? Sit down somewhere. Wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds, 3 seconds. Time's up. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. Time is up and all y'all got the wrong answers. Nobody got the answer. Somebody said hottie toddy. Nope. Somebody said Long Island iced tea. Nope. Somebody said brandy. Nope. None of those is it, people. For those of you who said Long Island iced tea, you were kind of close. The answer was Lynchburg lemonade. How many of you all have ever had a Lynchburg lemonade? Apparently none of y'all, since nobody guessed it. Once in the chat if you've ever had a Lynchburg lemonade. Nessa G said, I don't drink. I don't either, beloved, but I used to. I used to drink every now and then. Lynchburg lemonade. That's the drink, okay? It's made out of Tennessee whiskey and Jack Daniels. All right, let's go ahead to the next question. Nobody won that round. God is giving y'all said, I don't want that drink. Oh, it's good. I used to drink it back in the day, beloved. Pauline said, never heard of it. Alva said, never heard of it. Really? None of y'all ever heard of it? Carlos said, sounds awful. Trust me, it's not. It's quite good. But so anyway, that does not sound appetizing, says Sayelo Aim. Miss Eva said, I only drink water and iced coffee. Okay. Miss Hotel said, where have y'all been? Okay. Next question. Juju said, not Lynch. Lynchburg. Juju. Vince I am said Lynchburg. B-I-R-D. No, Vince, it's Lynchburg. B-U-R-G. Like a person's last name. Lynchburg. Okay. Hold on. Somebody said, Queen, I thank you. Hold on. Let me go to the chat because I think somebody said they think I made it up. Hold on. I promise you all I didn't. I promise you I didn't. Oh, y'all are something else. Okay, I can't find the comment I was looking for. But anyway, so let's get back into it. Or shall I say, let's get black into it, right? Okay, get ready for the third question, everybody. Get ready for the third question. Let me get the stopwatch up here. Okay, 40 seconds on the clock. What was Steve Irwin known for? Clock starts now. What was Steve Irwin known for? 40 seconds. You got 30 seconds left. 20 seconds. Time's up. Okay, hold on. Let me see what y'all got. Y'all are something else. Let me see who got it first. Mr. Mercedes is the winner. Reggie was close. Reggie said animal conservation, but no. Mr. Mercedes said crocodile hunter. Let me show the answer. See right there, Miss Mercedes came in at 821, croc hunter. Alexandria was next. Okay, y'all see that? So let me go ahead and send Mr. Mercedes his ebook. Congratulations, Mr. Mercedes. We got one question left, beloveds. One question left. All right. Here's the next one. 40 seconds after I say the question. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, so listen to this, beloveds. I'm going to Okay, so listen. I'm going to read you all some lyrics. I'm going to read you all some lyrics, a couple of lines, and then I'm going to need you all to send me the answer to the name of the song. All right? Y'all got that? I'm going to read you some lyrics to a song, and I need you all to send me the title of the song. What is the name of the song? Not who sings it. You know, none of that. I want to know, not when it came out, the name of the song. All right, so let's get ready. The answers go to the root of all evil 227@gmail.com. So here we go. 40 seconds after I say this. And then I got the file for my fingernails. Due to the night and on my behalf, I put the bubbles in the tub so I could have a bubble bath. Clean and dry was my body and hair. I threw on my brand new Gucci underwear. Clock starts now. 40 seconds. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. 25 seconds. Now, I know y'all know this. We have a winner. The winner is Sweet Pea. Hold on. Mr. Hotel, I'm about to block you. Didn't I tell you don't send answers? Didn't I warn you? Okay, so let me ask y'all this. The winner is Sweet Pea. The winner is Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, have you won before? Sweet Pea, have you won before? Put a yes in the chat if you won before so I know which book to send you, okay? If you already won the first book, then I need to send you the second. Congratulations to all the winners. Sweet Pea, have you won before, beloved? That's my jam to this day. Okay. Sweet Pea, have you won before? Do you already have the first book? I'm trying to make sure so I don't see the same one. This chat is going so. I won twice. I'll donate. Okay, Sweet Pea, sit down. Sweet Pea, you don't pull the Mr. Hotel on the Queen. How about you already won twice? Okay. So with that all being said, I'm going to give the book to the next winner. Okay, to who came in next. And that is Just Biz. Just Biz and Sweet Pea both had their answers come in at 8:25, but Sweet Pea's came in first. So Just Biz, I'm going to send you the book, beloved. Let me put it up on the screen. Y'all see that? The answer is Lottie Dottie. All right, that's the song, Lottie Dottie. So, all right, congratulations to the winners. Let me send this book real quick. Okay. Sweet Pea said not sit down. Yes, Sweet Pea, sit down somewhere. For those of you who've already won twice, y'all need to sit down, okay? So anyway, with that all being said, congratulations to those of you who won. Thanks everybody who participated in the trivia. All right. Everyone enjoy the rest of this night. And enjoy your strong end, not the weekend. All right, enjoy your strong end. Everyone, enjoy the rest of this lovely evening. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. All right. Always remember to keep the Most High first in your life, and each one teach one, because that's how we grow and thrive. Okay. All the haters. Danielle said, Queen, can I pre-order your cookbook? Yes, beloved. Yes, you can. So I love you right black, Janet. I love you right black. So listen, I love y'all to life. All right. Without you all, there is no me. I love my subscribers, honey. I love my nefarious chats. I love y'all. Miss Hotel said Morris World TV tomorrow. You already know. All right. Don't y'all forget to tune back in tomorrow to get those receipts from Taharka Bay, the one and only king of receipts, the undisputed. All right. The best one to ever do it. So with that all being said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. Do something productive, constructive, never destructive. And always keep the Most High first in your lives, beloved. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got
to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently. We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah. Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen. I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of